What is up, world? You are in tune to the KnoItAllZ podcast with your usual suspects, my boys. Big G, what's popping, man? How you doing today?
Man, you know what's popping, man. You already know. You see what's on me. You see how I'm talking about, what I'm representing. You know
Listen, that's why your mic cut out. That's
Your
exactly why
throat
your
cut
mic
out.
cut out, because you were talking all that cash. What's up, Tate? Tate, how you doing today, man?
I'm all right, man. I think I'm losing in both my fantasy football leagues again, but all I care about today
Is y'all got the dub. You got
got
the
the
dub. I
dub.
told you, if
And
it
I
was ever a Sunday to do it, this was the one. You
and
know
I
what I'm
got
saying?
some words for Big G too.
We gonna get to it. We gonna definitely get to it, man. Listen, we like to thank you guys for rocking with us, man. I mean, definitely the support has been out. I mean, just outstanding of the program, and I appreciate you guys. If you like what you're viewing, make sure that you like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Like us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube and Twitch, so that when we go live, you will definitely be there to rock with us, and also on Twitter. Make sure that you catch us out on Twitter when we go live, man. But we're ready to jump into it. Some really interesting games. But before we do that, let's do this. Bro, am I really seeing what I'm seeing out of these New York football teams? This is just unbelievable. Let's start with the Jets, man. The Jets versus the Packers today. Tate, how'd you feel, man? I mean, to me it just felt like total domination. But tell me how you felt when you were watching this game.
Well, I wasn't watching that game, but I because how I do it, man, I watch my team. I watch the Steelers, and then when a commercial come on the Steelers, I flip it to red zone. So, whatever red zone was showing during the time was commercials in the Steelers game. I saw it look like Aaron Rodgers was struggling. The Jets defense was playing helly good defense. G's boy Bryce Hall. Hey, I got it because I'm on. I got something for him in a little bit, but I gotta get this up to Big G. Big G been on the Jets since the preseason. He been on the Jets since the preseason. And if Patrick Mahomes come on and take care of the Bills, they be tied for first place with the Bills in the AFC East.
Yeah.
But they're a good young team. They got playmakers. They got a strong defense. They got corners out there with Sauce Gardner. The Green Bay's deficiency showed up today. The Jets stopped the run, and Green Bay really don't have any receivers to throw to. And Randall Cobb went down, and he was out the game. That's Aaron Rodgers, favorite receiver, if not the number one receiver right now. So, I mean, the Jets are surprising, but they're a good team.
Yeah, definitely, man. B Dirt said Brees Hall is a stud. He is. He's a fantasy stud, too. Thank you, Brees. I appreciate you, man, because just because of you, I'm in the lead right now. Good job, man. I mean, I had Zach Wilson trying to double up. That didn't work. That didn't work to my favor too well. G, what do you think about the Jets game, man, with the Packers?
I appreciate Tate co-signing for me and telling me that saying what I've been saying about the Jets all along. I said that the Jets was going to make the playoffs. I said that they have a really good team. I said that they're going to be real strong down the stretch. And a lot of it's got to do with 2 back-to-back drafts that's just outstanding. When you get Garrett Wilson, Sauce Gardner, Zach Wilson, Brees Hall, Michael Carter, man, you're changing the culture, man. And that's what's done happened in Jets land. The culture of football has changed. Now they ain't trying to win. They expect to win. And that's done changed the game.
It's crazy that you said that, G. I think around the league, the new culture, these young boys coming into the NFL ain't trying to lose. They all are out there balling and they stepping in. And I don't know if it was if I'm saying a diss towards the people who are already there, but the teams that have been established that were really good teams, they're putting in these young cats and they're just like lighting them a flame. I love this fact that we're seeing the youth transfer and infusion in the NFL, and we're seeing these boys step up and ball out. The next New York team, man, is the Giants. Only person who picked the Giants in this panel that we sitting here is down there at the bottom. That's Tate Boy Fresh. Listen, I did not pick the Giants because I didn't think, they were good enough. I said, and if you go back, I said they just could do. I wouldn't be surprised. But God dog, the Giants are balling, man. They playing ball. I just thought Baltimore would be better than they were today, but hey, they confused the heck out of them and they beat a good Baltimore team. What do you think about that game, Tate?
Man, it was. I mean, I anticipated the defensive struggle. I think it was 0-0 till like halfway through the second quarter. Then Lamar Jackson gonna get loose, but I mean, at the end of the game, the Giants kept it close. That's what they do. They win ugly, they keep it close. Think about the game against Green Bay. They kept it close. The first game of the year against Tennessee Titans, they kept it close and went at the end. They even kept it close and had a chance against Dallas, the one game they lost. I mean, the new coach, Brian Daboll, coming in there. Right now. I'm sorry?
That looks great for us right now. That win looks great.
Oh, yeah. Especially if we did it like we do college football, but we don't. So it really don't matter. It's just another win in your division.
We're in our division,
right. But I'm saying the Giants, Brian Daboll has come in and turned them around, and they winning with, you can say with Daniel Jones or in spite of Daniel Jones, but they finding ways to win.
Saquon. Big G, what'd you think about this game, man? Talk to me.
Well, first thing is I got to give the Giants props, man, because they handled their business, and they will continue to handle their business. But their defense is playing really good too with that Kayvon Thibodeau. Absolutely. But I'm gonna point out something that I said last week, and I've been saying on a couple of different simulcasts and podcasts, that Harbaugh keeps finding ways to lose games for the Baltimore Ravens. And that's an issue because he's been dropping games left and right, man. Games that it shouldn't even be close. You got probably the best dynamic quarterback in the league playing for you, and you laying eggs. Play calling, not calling good defensive stuff, just costing them all around. And now Baltimore ain't really pulled away. Cincinnati ain't pulled away. And here come my team that I don't know what to say about them, man. But, we'll get to that when we start chopping it up.
Man, listen. So the next game we got the Jaguars and the Colts, man. Listen, what we said it, G. We both said it, man. One day they look like gangbusters, the next day they just like trash. And they were leading the whole game. And
whole game. Whole game.
All of a sudden, Matty Ice comes through and says, you know what? Let me throw a couple TDs. And, the kid from Cincinnati is balling, number 14.
Alec Pierce.
Yeah.
Alec Pierce.
Hey, balling, just losing his mind. Pittman Jr. had a good game today, too. So that was a thing that I saw there. Tate, anything you want to add about this game? Anything you're surprised about?
No, it didn't surprise me. If y'all remember, I was the only one to pick the Colts, too.
You did pick the Colts.
But Matty Ice went in MVP. Matty Ice.
He did.
I think he probably threw for three plus and 2 tubs. I mean, the running game wasn't there. The dude that was replacing Taylor, was it Jackson?
Yeah.
He had some passes out.
He replacing Taylor and Hines. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Naim Hines out too. Yeah. He had some passes out the backfield. So it came down to like when we talked about the game on the Pick'em show. I was just like, man, I think Jacksonville is who Jacksonville's always been. They fooled us in the first couple of weeks of the year, but they back to Jacksonville.
I wonder, and this is my question for G. Does Matty Ice with running backs? Does he just want everything on his shoulders? Is that why Jonathan Taylor has been a no account or a no-show, even in the games that he's played this year? What do you think about that, G?
If Matty Ice is doing that, he's a fool because Jonathan Taylor is the best running back in the NFL. He just ain't showing it right now. But regardless of popular opinion, Taylor is a monster. So if he thinks that he can win just by him slinging the ball all over the place, they got a rude awakening. But the issue is, once again, just like with Baltimore, they didn't beat them. The Jacksonville Jaguars beat themselves. How you got 3 running backs all over 60 yards, one guy almost get 100, and you still lose? Well, I don't understand how you lose in games. That comes down to 2 things: the coach and the quarterback. And so far, Trevor Lawrence ain't grew up, and he's going to have to do some growing up in order for them to win that division, because they keep taking L-dogs where they should be winning the games.
Keep taking L-dogs. I mean, they keep taking L-dogs. Robbie Anderson, what happened? What happened on the sideline with Robbie Anderson that he blew up so that he had to get out of this Carolina Panthers game? I'm trying to figure that out. Did you guys get a chance to see that?
I don't think he want to get out the Carolina Panther game. I think he want to get out of Carolina. I think he came there because Matt Rule brought him there. What happened earlier this week? Matt Rule got fired. So now he's just over there, he getting into it with this position coach. And I like what Steve Wilkes did. I mean, he got to take control. He the intern coach. He's showing something to everybody. And he said, hey, go to the locker room. I mean, I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah. I love it.
But it's wholesale fire in Carolina, man.
I think
they
so
shopping
too.
They shopping CMC, they shopping DJ Moore. They about to clean house. They starting over, man. So I think everybody wants up out of there,
Yeah, I would agree. The Patriots and the Browns. Only person who went with the hoodie and the evil empire was Tate. I mean,
again,
I can't believe it. We said the riverboat gambler. We say, hey man, you either gonna be so far ahead or you gonna be so far behind. And so far that gambling worked out for you, man. I cannot believe that this guy, what's his name, Big, or what? I know it's a lighter, Zippo, or what's his name?
Zappy, Bailey Zappy.
He called him a lighter, Tate. He said he a Zippo.
Zippo, Zappy, whatever. Listen, man, the man threw for over 300 yards. I can't believe it. What is going on? Like, the evil empire would just get another apprentice and teach him the ways, man. He just gets another apprentice. Come on, he just teaches him the ways. I don't get it. I'm lost, man. But today they did it. And Tate, what do you think about this game? I know you're happy because it's division opponent taking the L, but talk to me about this game.
Man, the Patriots, Bill Belichick, man, finds ways to win. He puts his teams in position to win. And today he tied that with that win, which, his first win was as a Cleveland coach against New Orleans, I believe, in September of 1991. That's his first win as a coach. Today
is his first win.
Today, coaching New England against Cleveland in Cleveland, he ties George Halas for second all-time in wins for NFL coaches, with Don Shula next on the list. But, he just puts his teams in position to win, man. And they play defense. They don't beat themselves.
Yeah.
It's crazy. G, talk to me. How you feel about this one, man?
Hey, hear me out there, know-it-alls. Listen to what I'm telling you. Kevin Stefanski's on the hot seat, bro. Kevin Stefanski might mess around and get fired over the next couple of weeks. He's on the hot seat. Even though they waiting on Watson, he might be up out of there, man.
You know what, G? I'm not saying I disagree with you, but I think that's part of Cleveland's problem, man. They have a new coach every other year and a half, man. Sometimes you got to give somebody a chance just to build their program and let them just go ahead and do what they gonna do.
What is this, year 2 or year 3 for him? Is it year 2 or year 3?
This is year 3.
Listen, G is quick to fire everybody.
But, he
wants to fire everybody.
He's won a playoff game already. When's the last time that happened in Cleveland?
It's been a long time, man. It's been a long time going up there in Cleveland. But he might be out. Man, y'all know I keep going back to say the NFL stands for not for long, man. If you start messing up, you up out of there, man.
I got you, G. So let's talk about these two comments we got. Number one, Scott Horson said Zach Wilson scored me nothing, but everything else hit big for him. So he's talking about his fantasy football and how it went for him. And then B Dirt said Zappy can spin it, man. May take Mac's job. I believe you are speaking the gospel truth there, sir. I think he may get him. I don't care about him being first round. If Zappy is in here or Zippo is in here throwing 700-yard games, keep him in the game. It is what it is.
Tate, he called that boy Zippo.
Hey, because Zippo is like lighter fluid, ain't it?
Right.
It's a lighter. It's a lighter.
Zippo is a lighter.
Yeah. I'm just saying. He's out here. He's obviously found his sweet spot in the offense. Let him rock. Let him rock. Let him spin it like Big B Dirt has said, man. I mean, honestly, it's one of those things where this was upset Sunday. This was upset weekend. And we're going to talk about some other upsets that happened. But, this was upset weekend. And so many teams that should have won that lost and it's just crazy. And the next game we're going to get to is the Bengals versus the Saints. I just knew that at the end that the Bengals were going to disappoint me and let me down. I was like, y'all are giving up too much money. I mean, rookies in here from William and Mary's, you know what I'm saying, college getting in here or from Concordia, just a small university around here. Boys getting in here, Weber, wherever he was from. He was from some small little school. Get in and go left. He just went left. And to me, it's so crazy. It's crazy to me that we're seeing this happen in the NFL. But, man, I just knew that Cincinnati was going to give it up. G, talk to me, man. How'd you feel about that Cincinnati-New Orleans game?
Didn't I tell you that what's going to happen late is that Marshawn Lattimore is going to get toasted and He's going to get toasted and roasted by Marshawn Lattimore, by one of them dang on Cincinnati Bengals receivers. And that dang on Jamar Chase.
I thought Marshawn Lattimore wasn't playing.
He didn't play. He was hurt.
The New Orleans Saints defensive backs got roasted and toasted. And what happened is Jamar Chase hit him late for a 60-yarder. He went deep quick, and that sealed it. But I'm telling y'all, I'm thinking that the Bengals are starting to hit their stride, man. They're a dangerous team, man.
Well, I actually said that they were starting to gel a little bit. I said that, but I'm going to let me say this. New Orleans had a lot of people hurt today.
Yeah, they did.
I think they may have found something too. They're going to be heck on wheels late as well. This is a game I know you guys are ready to talk about, and I'm definitely going to allow Tate to get at it. Tate, but the Bucks versus the Steelers, man. How did you feel to see this sweet redemption? I already know what G's gonna say. He's fixing to sing a song to Kenny Pickett. But you go ahead, man. Talk to me, Tate. How did you feel about this whole thing with the Steelers versus the Bucks?
I think I'm the only one picked the Steelers too.
Yep, there you are.
You are
the only one.
But I just want, man, my know-it-all, my homie Big G. Just want you to relax, bro. You know what I mean? Let me listen. We don't need to say Tomlin on the hot seat. Right. Tomlin come in, he get his teams ready, minus the entire secondary against Tom Brady. He get his teams ready to play. The defense kept Tampa Bay to field goals for most of the day.
Yeah.
Just last week 2 ago, you want to trade Chase Claypool. Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
Yeah.
Chase Claypool was the best player on offense today.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
So I'm saying, man, just take a page from Aaron Rodgers' books, man, and just relax, Big G. Just relax.
Just relax.
It'll be all right.
B Dirt said, I want to take this time to thank Tate for trading me, Chase. Obviously, another fantasy football move that you had made. G, how did you feel about your Steelers versus the Bucks, man? How did you feel to see this sweet redemption?
I put it in the chat line with the rest of the squad, man, and I said, I've never been so happy to lose a pick 'em than I was today, man. I was really, really, really proud of the effort and the energy that was displayed by the Pittsburgh Steelers as a team, man. Even when Kenny Pickett went out with a concussion, you know, I've been saying Trubisky is trash. Trubisky probably played the best quarter of his life when he came in balling out. He was running, he was throwing the ball down the field. Najee looked like he had a burst in the fourth quarter. Deontay Johnson wasn't dropping balls all over the place. Pickens made a good catch. The heart of the Steelers showed up today. And guess what's crazy? If we beat the Miami Dolphins next week and a couple of things happen, we might be one game out of first place at 3-4. So Tate, I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. When you say relax,
well,
I'm relaxing, bro. I'm relaxing.
Depending on what happened, we could be in first place because Baltimore 3-3, Cincinnati 3-3. We 2-4, Cleveland 2-4. So we only one game back right now.
Right. I mean, and with a win in Miami and a couple of things happening, we could be in first place. Could be.
I said if there was ever a week for you guys to do it, this was the one. And I could see it. But Tate had the nerve to pick the Steelers. I just couldn't go away from the GOAT, which was over there. He was over there telling his offensive lineman everything. I think he probably, told him, look, I left my wife and my kids for you guys, and you guys ain't doing nothing. You ain't doing nothing. I gave the PG version of what he said. He probably said something way worse.
He spit all over him. He spit all over him on the sideline. I saw because I slowed it up. I went back and rewound it and slowed it up, and he was spitting all on him. I'm like, oh, no. At that point, they was ready to quit, man. They was like, this dude is spitting on us, man. I'm going to tell you something.
When Tom Brady is like that, the game's not going too well. Not going too well when he is cussing and telling his linemen everything that they think about their life, how horrible they are. I mean,
hey, Brady, instead of Brady sitting on the sideline with an iPad looking at the film, he was like this on the sideline with his offensive lineman. He was like, "Don't even talk to me." He was calling him straight dumpster fire, man.
Oh my God, it was bad. It got bad. But 49ers and the Falcons, man, what happened to the 49ers today? Yeah, I mean, first of all, Marcus Mariota was looking like he was Vince Young out there. He had 4 touchdowns. He rushed for 4 touchdowns today. And then Kyle Pitts finally wanted to give you over 10 points. I was like, okay, all right. But listen, you did it at the expense of my pick'em. And I don't like this. I don't like it. But today Atlanta showed up. Today they picked all the other days to show up. And I called it. Tate, I told you. I hope you listened to my advice. I told you if there's anybody you want to start this week, it would be Brandon Ayuk. And Brandon Ayuk had 2 touchdowns today. He had 2 tutties. So if you started him, you got about 28 points. I hope you listen to me.
Man, I cut Brandon Ayuk.
and guess who he's playing this week? Me. So that might have sealed the deal for me, man.
And in the other league, I still got him, but I didn't play him. He's on the bench.
I told you, Tate. I told you if there was ever a week, you remember me saying, I said, hey, start Brandon Ayuk. If you got him on your fantasy team, start him. I just had a feeling about it. But, man, it wasn't enough, man. He had the only 2 tutties that San Francisco had. And guess what? Garoppolo looked like Garoppolo. Throwing.
And that's just what it is. I can't trust teams with quarterbacks that I can't count on. I can't trust Garoppolo to put in his receivers. I sacked Kyle Pitts today. I can't trust Mariota to throw him the ball. So, I mean, from now on, I'm only picking fantasy players with teams that got good quality quarterbacks that can spin that rock.
Man, I mean, it's hard because, again, if we were picking the quarterbacks, I still think Garoppolo's better than Mariota. But, hey, they pulled it out. It is what it is. And then we got Kingsbury might not get a Power 5 job next year. Well, hey, it is what it is on that one. We got the Jets versus the Packers. And we talked about this earlier. Definitely will say, hey, man, Breece Hall, thank you very much. You showed out for me again today. Zach Wilson, you did absolutely nothing for me today. I thank you for that as well, Trash. The Vikings versus the Dolphins. This was the Vikings won, but it was a harder game than it should have been. I mean, it was 24-16. And it took that late run by Dalvin to kind of seal the deal. What do you think about this game here, Tate?
Man, like I said, I was looking at it, and it seemed like Minnesota was in control the majority of the game. I mean, it was 7-3 early, but the Dolphins never could threaten because, you know, the quarterback's not in. The Skylar Thompson, Teddy Bridgewater came in because the Skylar Thompson went out. But my question to y'all is, at 5-1, the second best record in the league, is Minnesota for real this year?
They look like it. They look like it for real.
You know, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I can't trust him. He's got pressure busts a pipe, and it busts his pipe every time. You know, the quarterback, what's his name?
Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins is Kirk Cousins. He's gonna do some Kirk Cousins things to cost his team later on. He's gonna throw a pick. He's gonna fumble. Something's gonna happen. You know, I believe in the Giants more than I believe in the Vikings at 5-1.
I think if the Vikings get home field advantage for the playoffs, they're gonna be a hard out. So if they end up in first place or second place in the NFC when it plays out, it's gonna be hard to go up there to Minnesota and beat them, man. It's gonna be hard to beat them. So they just got to keep rolling. But they definitely got a heck of a dang old running game, and they definitely got one of the doggest receivers in the whole NFL, and George Jefferson, man. That youngster is a monster. You know, don't nobody want to see him.
Here's another disappointing game for me, just disappointment. I mean, just disappointment. I mean, how is it that we're letting Geno Smith just run rampant on teams in the league, and the Seahawks, like the Seahawks are for real. They're not. Those are some pretending. That's a pretending team. I guess just the Cardinals are really bad. What do you think about this game, Tate?
Man, it's not over yet, right?
It's a final.
It's a final.
It's a final.
19-9.
It's a final.
Well, I'm more disappointed. I mean, if you think that, remember back to West Virginia, Geno had talent, and he was going to be the Jets quarterback, but he got into somebody bust his eye socket in the locker room, you know, during that preseason training camp, and he never really got his chance. Then He's been up in Seattle for a long time, but he's been a career backup since then. He backed up Peyton Manning for a while, backed up Russ for a long time. I mean, Geno got talent. Geno leading the league
in QBR.
In passer rating.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I mean, I'm not just here to say that I'm more surprised at how terrible the Cardinals are. And I picked that one wrong since we talking about it. And Big G picked that one right. We both picked AZ, remember?
Yep.
But I'm not surprised about Geno. Let's talk about why the Cardinals are so bad and so inept. And I think it's B Dirt commented a second ago, man. I think it's directly related to Cliff Kingsbury.
Yeah. Then they missing pieces though too. They're gonna be a different team when they get D Hop and Rondale Moore back and running with Ertz.
Rondale Moore played today. He was giving Seattle some fits, but nah, they not buttoned up. Period.
So it's the coach.
I think it's coaching. I definitely think it's coaching, and I would agree on that. And then we have the Bills at the Chiefs with 3 minutes and 44 seconds left. The Bills have the ball down 17-20.
The Bills are down now.
The Bills are losing. The Chiefs are winning 20-17, and it's 4th and 1 on Buffalo 33. So we'll see what they're gonna do. Hopefully they get that one because I need that game. I definitely need it. I definitely need that game.
Oh yeah, you don't want to pick Buffalo.
I'm the one that picked Buffalo.
They got the first down. It's 2nd and 5 at the Buffalo 40 right now. 3:07 left. 3:07.
I'm gonna tell you something. Gabe Davis is for real. Gabe Davis is for real. Patrick Mahomes may be the magician of the NFL, Josh Allen may be one of the best quarterback, if not the best quarterback in the league. And that's saying something when he's playing the magician. I mean, these guys are dueling. I mean, for real, like they're totally going at it. And it's impressive. It's impressive to see these two young gunners go at it like they're going at it. Tate, how you feel about that, man?
I mean, they the best two quarterbacks in the league, man. When you look at it now, people still want to try and put Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady in there, but them boys is looking old. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, Aaron Rodgers couldn't muster up more than one touchdown against the Jets. And then Tom Brady playing literally 4 backups in Steelers secondary, they only got 1 touchdown. He didn't pass for any. Nope. So I mean, I think you know, and we seen what Josh Allen did to the defense, Steelers defense just last week.
Shredded.
And then Tom Brady turns around the next week and is pedestrian. I mean, Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes are definitely the best 2 quarterbacks in the league in way of the statistics and the numbers, but just in way of all the intangibles, man. You know what I mean? Like Josh Allen's size, his ability to run, Patrick Mahomes' ability to extend plays and stuff like that. Hands down, they're the best 2 quarterbacks in the league.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Josh Allen in the beginning was just a great running quarterback. Now that brother can throw that ball, man. I mean, for real. You know, but just a sidebar before we leave and switch gears. Tony Romo needs a job. Get him off of the analysis. Get him out of there. He's really, really good at that. But this man needs an OC somewhere. The brother can see the game, and I bet he could teach some of these young quarterbacks how to take a good young quarterback and make him great.
Hey, man.
I think Tony Romo needs a job.
Do you know how much money Tony Romo making CBS, man?
Oh, he's making a grip. But
ain't no OC position gonna pay him like that.
I don't know.
He making like $15 million a year.
Listen, hey, the man would be valuable. When I say the man would be valuable on somebody, that man would I'm telling you, he would take a good quarterback and make him look great.
There's only 2 sports analysis that makes more money than Tony Romo: Joe Klatt and Curb Herbstreit. Everybody else makes less money than him. He's the 3rd highest ranked.
$17 million per year. Just looked it up.
Yeah, Joe Klatt and Curb Herbstreit get him. They make more money, but he's still up there.
He's still making lower tier quarterback money, but still making quarterback money.
Still making quarterback money. Hey, Tony Romo, I'll tell you. I'm just saying, man. Just honestly, I love listening to him call a game. I really do.
You know, I do too. I agree with you.
Yeah, he knows his stuff, man. He'll tell you exactly what's coming before the play actually even happens. You know, he said at the beginning, he said, Gabe Davis looked down here in single coverage. He said, they're pressing, take a shot. Next thing you know, Gabe Davis in the end zone. There it is. You know, he knows his stuff. He definitely knows his stuff. So let's talk about the reason why my brother is, you know, really, really happy today. First of all, Tom said Romo not interested in taking a pay cut to play less golf. You're absolutely right. Tony wants to go play golf. He is not worried about anything unless they really make it worth his while. Maybe they give my head coaching job. Who knows?
Hey, we'll tell you tell me what head coach makes $17 million a year still.
Nobody.
Ain't a lot of those either. I mean, there's not a lot of those.
There's not none of those.
Yeah, nobody. Zero.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I would like to see him coach, but hey, not at the expense of his pocket.
Oh, man. Yeah, I definitely think he could do it. If he wanted to do it, he'd just take that pay cut and do it. But he got it too easy. I mean, he gets to see all the A-list games every week.
Gets to see them all.
For CBS.
and call them all.
Get to sit back and kick it with Jim Nance and talk football. And you know, and get $1 million every weekend, because 17 games, $17 million a year, $1 million every weekend.
Hey, straight cash in the check. Count them off. Well, G is happy about, you know, my Braves going home. They sent my Braves fishing. And as you can see today, you know, he has his Phillies hat on, and he's accessorizing because he's matching with his jacket. definitely we want to let G talk about the Phillies for a minute, man. How you feeling?
Man, to all my know-it-all fans out there, man, I had a great weekend in sports, man. And with the icing on the cake was my Philadelphia Phillies to pop the Atlanta Braves and move on to the National League Championship Series. Man, when we did our preview earlier and we were talking about baseball and all whatever else, and I said, man, the Phillies is going to get hot. And then they got hot in the middle of the season and they stayed hot. So I'm just so happy and thrilled. I think we got to, because I thought we was going to play the Dodgers. And I think we got a puncher's chance against the Padres. And I'm trying to tell you, if we whoop them Padres, the chip coming to Philly. The chip coming to the crib, dog. And we're going to be the Philadelphia Phillies going to raise that trophy this year, man. Now, I'm getting a little ahead of myself because I'm excited. But, man, it's just been so long since the Philadelphia Phillies has had a good team. So great one-ups, man. Bryce Harper, you playing out of your mind. I love my squad. I love the Phillies, man. I'm just saying go Phillies, man. Let's get it in, man. Let's get it in.
B-Dirt said, how about the Dodgers going on? Yep.
Yeah.
Listen, only thing I want to say about this whole thing is Lisa Stroh's still in it, and I'm happy about that. I'm happy
that ain't
about
your team,
that.
though. That ain't your team. Your team, the Braves.
Hey, listen. My team's been the Braves, but I love Texas teams. Y'all know this. You know what I'm saying? I'm vested with the Braves, but I love my Texas teams and I love seeing them make it. And if they make it, I'll be really happy. I'm really sad, I'm really sad because I had all my horses on the Braves this year, but pitching broke apart late in the season. So, and I mean, pitching wins championships. When you get deep in October, it's all about pitching. It's all about base hits. Not too much about the home runs. It's about base hits. And you gotta pitch. You gotta get on base. It is what it is. You play small ball, and you can get through. But hey, when your pitching breakthrough, it breaks down. It's over with. Now let's get to this college football, man. Upset weekend.
I can't have no take on the baseball.
Oh, yes, absolutely. You sure can. I'm sorry about that. I thought we did. My bad, Tate. My bad.
Nah, I just want to say, man, that I'm rooting for the Astros too. I want Dusty to get one. But if the Guardians go ahead and put the Yankees out here tonight, they think they great throw the first pitch. Then if they haven't already, they may have already. I think it's set 7:07. But I'm looking, if the Guardians beat the Yankees and they up 2-1 and they playing at home tonight, that three of the teams that make the league championship series were wild card teams.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
That's the first time in a long time. That's the first time in a long time.
Well, but this the first year they had the true wild card where the wild card was best of 3.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They weren't just to get that one win and win. So the best team probably won. But I'm just saying, so it may be something to not being off so long. You know what I mean? Do you really need that rest in baseball like you do it in basketball and football?
No.
I mean, your pitching arms, but if nothing else,
pitching. But that's why you have a bullpen. You know what I'm saying? So your pitcher, if you give your pitchers 3 days rest, we're good. You know what I'm saying? So you got 2 pitch. I think having 2 games back to back and then a break and then coming back is a good formula. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Ma, touchdown, Josh Allen.
I just seen it.
23-20. 24-20. They kicked that.
24-20. I was about to say that with 104 left.
Yep.
Listen. So B-Dirt said I like the Stros to win the hardware. And then Thomas said just can't root for trash can bangers.
They cheat, man. They cheat. But Tay was right. It's been a minute since they cleaned it up, but they some cheaters.
Yeah, I mean that was pre-Dusty. They brought Dusty in to clean all that up.
And then Thomas said, Brandon B-Dirt said, Thomas, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
That's true too. But hey, do you guys realize the Astros are the first team to ever been the 6 straight ALCS championships.
It's still crazy to think that the Stros in the American League. I mean,
they're a good team, man. Yeah, they're a good team. The Astros
that's crazy,
is a really good
right?
team. Yeah.
They were National League for a long time.
Yeah, I remember that. The Brewers used to be American League too, didn't they? I know they did.
Sure did. Yeah, they did. They did.
So, I mean, Tom, I'll say this about Tom. I know Tom's really happy about Dusty Baker. He, everything else, he's a Dusty Baker fan. So, I mean, I'll say that. Claude Bishop said, how about them Steelers? Yep.
Nah, Claude. How about them Nittany Lions, bruh?
Punishment.
Well, let's talk about college football. Down goes Bama. Down goes Bama. Good old Rocky Top. First of all, I don't know what a volunteer is. You know what I'm saying? But whatever it is it works. It works.
It's a volunteer, literally, like you volunteer your time. I mean, I think it goes back to maybe the Civil War, Davy Crockett and all them jokers coming with their muskets and stuff.
I know what it is, but I'm just saying volunteer. Okay. Ain't no such thing to me as volunteer. Y'all got take your little puppy off the side of the sidelines and the guys with the little straight leg jeans and get out of here. Little sassy jeans wearing, get out of here, man. Hey, but they definitely put it to Alabama yesterday. Hyatt had 4 tutties?
5. 5.
5. Man, I'm gonna tell you something. That Tennessee quarterback is out of here, man. He is out of this world. He is so good. Your boy Pay was right.
Pay was right.
He's second. He's second in the Heisman Trophy. If the Heisman Trophy was handed out today, he would finish second in the voting. It would be Stroud 1, him 2, and the running back from Michigan would be 3 if the trophy went today.
Wow. I'm gonna tell you. So, Tate, did you expect this from Rocky Top, man? Did you expect?
Yeah, Tennessee? I picked Tennessee along with Big G. We both picked Tennessee.
Sure
because
did.
And what I say the key to the game would be, Big G.
The secondary of Alabama.
I said Alabama secondary can be had.
Yeah.
And you throw 5 touchdowns. That dude had 6 catches, 5 touchdowns, 204 or 5 yards.
Yeah.
Alabama secondary was had, bro. And that's what I said was going to be the key to the game.
Well, Mahomes may have been picked off. I'm listening, and B-Dirt put that in our chat. Definitely Mahomes may have been picked off. It sounds like that the ball may have been moving around, so I don't know if they're going to give him the interception. It was an interception on the field, so we'll see. Yeah. And it's with 51 seconds left. Yeah, this game is 24-20. It's exciting. Oh, man. We'll see. We'll definitely see here. But so I'm going to tell you, when it comes down to it, Bryce Young looked really good. You can say whatever.
He did.
Bryce Young looked good. He did everything in his power to win that game.
I called him in our chat yesterday. Once he kept doing all the stuff to escape and extend plays, I called him Baby Mahomes, man. Dude, the truth. He the truth. Yeah. The only reason CJ Stroud might go before him is because of the size. The size.
Yeah, because Bryce Young's probably about 5'11", 5'10", 5'11".
Yeah, he frail. He fragile.
Yeah, definitely. So, and let's talk about the Ohio State. Let's talk about them and definitely talk about. I want to talk, and I'm going to ask this question directly. When y'all get healthy, are y'all the best team in college football?
We're the best team in college football, regardless if we're healthy or not. Nobody in the country can match us offensively. Nobody.
Tennessee might.
That's what Jackson Smith and Juka and Pork Chop Williams standing on the sideline. You add those 2 guys and Kenny Babb to what we already got. There's nobody in the country that can stop us from scoring 40 points. Nobody. Now, I'm going to tell you.
Do you think you guys have enough Do you think you guys have enough? And I'm gonna ask this, and then we have a question, a good question. Ball game, Bills. So that was an interception.
They counted
So
it.
I'm gonna ask you. So do you think y'all have enough to stop that running attack down there in Michigan?
That's the whole reason why Jim Knowles was brought to Ohio State. Jim Knowles, we pay him like you pay a head coach. They brought him to Ohio State to fix the defense to when we got to play against Michigan. Because I'm telling you right now, they ain't going to rush for no 400 yards like they did on Penn State against us. That ain't happening, bro. So I'm telling you now, he fixed that defense to stop that run.
Even with that, Penn State's offense was just inept. I mean, truth of the matter, if Penn State could put points on the board, you get a team out there run game.
Yeah, for sure.
You know,
and that's what Ohio State's going to do. Ohio State is going to put pressure. You got to put up 40. If you can't put up 40, you might as well not even check in the game. You got to get 40 points because they're going down there 5 to 6 times for the end zone. They're going down there to get that money.
Big G be getting so excited. Y'all, I'm telling you, Big G is so excited. He's so excited.
Who's going to stop them? There ain't nobody in the country that can stop them. There's no set of defensive backs. Nobody can stop them.
But Tennessee can put points up with them.
Yes.
Tennessee can put points up. And they had their starting wide receiver was out yesterday. You know what I'm saying?
Tennessee jumped Michigan and moved to number 3. Well, they beat Alabama, who was 3, and now Tennessee is 3.
So let's answer the questions in the chat. Claude Bishop said, "Do any of you guys think that Jackson State can beat Division I school?" Absolutely.
No.
Absolutely. No. I don't think that they would be able to beat the
not
top,
Power 5, not
top
Power
10,
5.
You know what I'm saying?
Not Power 5.
Look, I think they could beat Wake Forest.
No, man, Wake Forest like ranked number 13 in the country.
No.
I think they could beat Wake Forest. I actually think they could beat Syracuse.
Syracuse ranked 15 in the country.
I seen Syracuse play yesterday. I was bored. It's like watching paint dry. They got
but Ma, you watching Jackson State play other HBCU schools, so they look really, 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 really good, and they are really, really good. But you went too far when you said Syracuse and Wake Forest. If you had said Bowling Green or somebody like that, I might be with you a little bit.
They would struggle.
I'm not gonna say nothing like that because I honestly feel like at some point they could.
Hey, put
the
fire up on yourself, man. Put the fire up. Shoot the fire out for you. Shoot it up. Shoot it up.
They would get punished. They would get punished against any Division I school, even those lower MAC schools, because they don't have the numbers and they don't have the offensive line and defensive line that can keep them protected. Their offensive line averages. Go ahead.
I just want to address some of the comments on Facebook. So Jesse Lowe says he loves Ohio State, but in November, Ohio State will not score 40 points on Michigan. He got the score winning being 21-17. OSU wins.
Okay.
Like it.
You got another comment, Tate?
No, finish up. No, that was only one.
That was it. Yeah, so but honestly, let's talk. If you wanted to just go back and say common opponents, they played common opponents and mashed them. North Carolina, they played the common opponent that North Carolina did, and they mashed them. B-Dirt said, "I do maybe not the top 6 or 8, not big enough on the interior, but definitely both."
Their offensive line averages 6'2", 275 pounds. Their defensive line averages 6'3", 245. They would get punished when they showed up to play teams. The offensive line averages 6'5", 6'6", 300 pounds, and defensive lines, and the guys run 4.5s and 4.4s. They would get killed. They look astronomical against who they're playing against. But you line them up against, I'm talking about the lower tier Big Ten, the best MAC school, which is Toledo. Toledo would beat them by 28 points. They crush them. They would crush them. They would crush them, man. They would crush them. It wouldn't even get close.
Youngstown State to beat them.
Youngstown State would blow them out. West Virginia would beat them by 50. West Virginia would beat them by 50. Cincinnati would beat them by 50.
Pitt would beat them.
They by 50. They beat them by 50. It wouldn't even be close.
That's my Deion Sanders fandom that got him talking crazy.
Yes. they don't have the trenches to line up and play against a Division I opponent. Now, are they good for what in the SWAC? Absolutely, they're the best team down there. But if you put
how
them
come
head up
Florida
against,
A&M was actually able to go and give North Carolina a run for their money, and they turned back around and whooped Florida A&M 59-3?
Because North Carolina freaking sucks. They're 6-1 right now, and they ain't played nobody.
But in fairness to Ma's question, I mean, North Carolina just played down to the competition.
North Carolina
who's
sucks,
to say,
man.
Who's to say that Jackson State won't come in here and do the same thing? That's what I'm saying.
They would get punished. They would get punished.
Listen, it's all relative. It's all if for the fifth, everybody would be drunk. My opinion is, I think they could come in and beat and upset some programs that y'all think they wouldn't.
Nobody, not the top 50 programs in the country.
I mean,
period. Not the top 50 programs.
Listen, Sam Houston State right now got the #1 quarterback in QBR and yards in college football, and they're a low-tier Division I.
And Sam Houston State lined up and played a top 25 team, they lose by 70 points. They would get blown out.
Gee,
they would get blown
parity
out.
in college football is I mean, you've got D1 athletes that are 4 and 5 star athletes everywhere.
When these guys, when those top tier teams,
star athletes,
when them top tier teams play them lower tier teams, they got the starters out by the third quarter and they're up 40. If they mashed the gas and played the whole game with the starters, even like when Ohio State played Toledo, which is a lower tier Division I school, the starters was out in the third quarter and they was up 40. If they mashed the gas and played, they beat them 100-something to 20-something.
I agree with Claude. I might say more than one, maybe 4 or 5. I don't know who they would be, but just the numbers game, I would say maybe they could be 4 or 5. But we spent too much time on that, man. There's still other college football to talk about, man. I want to talk about USC bubble getting busted yesterday.
Yeah, the whole top 10 got shook up yesterday with 4 losses in the top 10.
4 losses in the top 10.
Wow. Okay. Yep. So let's talk about the game. Go ahead, Tate. You brought it up. Let's go.
No, well, I picked Utah. It wasn't like I saw it playing out, though. I thought Utah would just physically come in and dominate them. But USC with Caleb Williams was still able to put points on the board. But Utah was too. That tight end, what was his name?
He was killing them. He had a game-winning touchdown.
Yeah, he had like 16, 17 catches, man. They could not stop this dude.
Yeah. Well, that's because USC's middle linebacker is 6'6", 200 pounds. I mean, come on, man. But keep going, Tate. I didn't mean to cut you off. You ain't going to win with a middle linebacker being 6'6", 200 pounds.
You all right? I mean, I'm about done. I just wanted to say that I still have USC losing another game, maybe 2.
Yeah.
So, all the hype with them being 6-0 and leading the Pac-10 and stuff. I mean, it was all good, but now the reality is about to set in the Pac-10, Pac-12.
Hey, something I wanted to point out to you muted. Something
Let's look at the AP top 25. We got Georgia #1, Ohio State #2, Tennessee Rocky Top #3, Michigan at 4, Clemson at 5. You guys agree?
Yeah.
They still the best team in the ACC and undefeated, but they're gonna take an L2 maybe next week against Syracuse, again who Jackson State can beat.
Mm-hmm. And then they got Alabama at #6. Alabama just fell to 6. Ole Miss is #7.
Yeah.
TCU, wow, that TCU has climbed, and they're at #6. I mean, they're #8. UCLA is #9. Oregon's back up to #10. Yeah. Oklahoma State just fell to 4 spots to #11. They're 5-1. USC fell to #12. They're 6-1. Wake Forest is #13. They're 5-1. Syracuse is #14. They're 6-0. Still think that Syracuse would take an L. And then Utah. That Utah to me should be higher. That's a good Utah team, man.
They lost twice though.
I know they lost twice, but that's a good Utah team. is a real good Utah
Hey,
team.
what's Jesse Lowe on Facebook comment? What's up, Jesse? That's the homie from the crib, Lima,
What up,
Ohio.
Jay?
What's up, Jesse? Be handing out them fresh haircuts. But he said, answer the kicker question. What's the kicker question? Was there a question about a kicker?
No, we had no question about a kicker. I don't know. I ain't seen it. Let's check it out.
Hey, Jesse, type the question again in the live chat. I mean, I didn't see that one. If you asked one or somebody did.
We'll definitely answer the question if we see it. Then we have to finish out the top 25. We have Penn State at 16, 5-1, Kansas State at 5-1, Illinois at 6-1, Kentucky at 19 at 5-2. Texas has went up 2 spots to 5-2, which we played a good game this week. Then Cincinnati 21 at 5-1. North Carolina 6-1, and they are number 22. NC State is number 23 at 5-2, but they lost their quarterback. So I mean that loss to me really unaccommodates. It's on their books. Mississippi State is 5-2, and they're 24, and Tulane is 6-1 at number 25. That rounds out.
I found the question. I'm gonna give it to you, Big G. You probably can answer it the best. But I feel like and I said that in our back channel chat earlier. You ain't commented to it. Nobody did. So forget both y'all. But I said I think Texas and Illinois was disrespected, man. They should have went up a little further than both of them did.
Yeah. Well, the issue is that Illinois still can prove it and Texas still can prove it. I think that they both could possibly play in a New Year's Six bowl if they make it to their conference championship games and either win or lose. They could make it to a New Year's Six bowl. But if we're talking about playing for a national championship game, no. And they are disrespected because they're low. But that's because some of those teams that are still high have quality wins. I mean, like Oregon lost to Georgia. So you got to rank Oregon.
You have to think about it. We still got ranked opponents to play. When we talk about Texas, we've got at least 3 ranked opponents to play. We got TCU, we got Oklahoma State. We have
they'll never put a 2-loss Big 12
but I'm saying
in the playoff.
If we win out, I'm not saying never. That's a tough schedule. Bro.
Hey, hold on. Say Big G, I found the question Jesse was talking about. He asked, can we trust OSU's kicker in the clutch? He is very shaky with field goals, but strong with extra point kicks. Never kicks over 40 yards.
I don't know. We'll need him. Just to be totally honest, I don't think we'll need him. I mean, when we're scoring 35 to 40 points,
I guarantee you, man. There's going to be one game that every team in America or any team that plays football will need their kicker. There's always going to be one game.
If it's a 52-49 game that was like Alabama versus Tennessee, yeah, possibly you're going to need your kicker. But what happened was Alabama's kicker had to kick a 50-some yarder. Tennessee's kicker had to kick a 40-yarder. So not
50-some, just 50. Just 50.
Yeah. If we got to line up and kick a 40-yarder, yeah. But I don't think we're going to need him like that, bro. I mean, I really don't think we're going to need this dude like that. No, I don't see it. I don't see it at all.
Listen to this, Sean. Listen to these next 4 games and tell me if this ain't a rough schedule.
Okay.
Texas plays Oklahoma State next at Oklahoma in Stillwater. We go to Manhattan and play Kansas State next. After that, then TCU comes to Texas, comes down here to Austin to play us, and then we got Kansas. Our last game, Kansas and Baylor, the last 2 games. That is a gauntlet. That's a gauntlet of folks. If you get all of that, the respect across the nation should go up for real.
They will never put a 2-loss Big 12 champion in the Final Four.
But Sean, those last 3 opponents, those next 3 opponents are ranked, and not just ranked. They're ranked high.
Check this out. Georgia has
11, 8,
Georgia has Tennessee.
Oh, and 17,
Ole Miss. Georgia has Tennessee, Ole Miss, Kentucky, and the SEC championship game, and Florida. And
that's if they make it to the SEC. What if they lose to?
Tennessee's going to go to the SEC championship game, so it don't matter. Alabama has Mississippi State. Alabama has Mississippi State, Auburn, and one more team, Ole Miss.
So on that side, you could possibly have a 2-loss team on that side.
Okay, so
Right?
that's what I'm trying to explain to you.
But
So
a two-loss SEC team will go over a 2-loss Big 12 team.
correct. And
So you're going to still get 2 teams from the Big 12.
No, you're not going to get no team from the Big 12.
No, I said, from the SEC. So you're going to get 2 teams from the SEC.
Possibly. This is the scenario that plays out. If Ohio State and Michigan come into the game, the last game, and they're both undefeated, they will be ranked 1 and 2. If that game is close and it's a 39-31 win, 28-21 win, both teams will go to the playoff.
Wow.
Mark it on your calendar right now. Both teams will go to the playoff.
Wow.
Because they're going to come into that ranked 1 and 2 in the country. I promise you.
No, man, you can't put it up for Big G. You ain't put it up for yourself.
I actually did. You'll run back the tape. I put it up for myself.
Everybody's gonna lose. Georgia's gonna drop a game. Tennessee's probably gonna drop a game. If Ohio State and Michigan come in undefeated, the last game, November 24th.
Who you got? Who you got Tennessee losing to? I don't have Tennessee losing.
Tennessee's got to play Georgia, Kentucky, Mississippi State, Ole Miss. They're going to lose a game. They're going to lose a game.
I think the toughest one out there is Georgia, but I think they outscored Georgia.
Be dirt.
They're going to drop a game. They're going to drop a game.
That's some hard statements there. Big 12 champion isn't even a top 4 team in the SEC, let alone the country. Lies you tell.
That's the truth.
The lies you tell. Tom Thomas said, would it make a difference if that 2-loss Big 12 team has a starting quarterback that hasn't lost a game? I feel so.
No, because you're going to have a 1-loss, or a no loss. You're going to have 2 SEC teams that either have 1 loss or no loss playing in the championship.
You sure about that?
Well, I'm telling you.
There's a lot of teams that got to beat up on each other. Ole Miss and Mississippi State still have to play each other.
And so you're going to have possibly 2 Big 10 teams that's going to be undefeated when they play. You're going to have 2 1-loss SEC teams, and Clemson could run the table.
So it's saying
there's no
Clemson,
room for them to even get close.
Listen, all that other fairy tale land stuff you saying, that's cool. I expect Clemson to run the table more than I do all this other
I expect Clemson to lose one, maybe 2 games myself.
Yeah, there's no way in the world the Big 12 is getting somebody in the game. I'm trying to tell in the Final Four that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. There's not enough respect for the Big 12 right now.
TCU could run the table.
Ben Lampy said on Facebook, Big G is fired.
Let me tell you.
I don't know if that's fire like he agree with you or fire because you full of hot takes.
Yeah, I think you're full of hot takes. Listen, a TCU could run the table, or Oklahoma State could win out, and they're 1-loss teams. If TCU runs the table, they haven't lost a game.
It's not going to. If the Big 10 comes into the game, the Big 10. So Michigan and Ohio State is undefeated. You're trying to tell me? Wait a minute.
I need to hear this tape because I can't believe this man's saying this in his own head. You're trying to tell me that if a Big 12 team, TCU, doesn't lose a game, they're not going to the college playoff.
They've already lost the game. It doesn't matter.
TCU hasn't lost.
TCU undefeated.
I'm telling you right now, if the SEC has an undefeated and a 1-loss, and Ohio State and Michigan are undefeated, and they play in that game, and Clemson runs the table, TCU will be a 6 and play a New Year's game.
This man is crazy.
They're not going to smell the playoff. They're not going to smell the playoff.
Whatever Big G smoking, kids, don't do that. Delete that stuff. I'm telling you. I want y'all to understand.
But you don't understand. There's a reason why. There's a reason why right now there's in the top 6, bro. There's a reason why in the top 6 right now. Okay. Yes, I am. There's a reason in the top 6. There's 3 SEC teams and 2 Big 10 teams right now in the top 6. That's a reason. They're saying that those top 6 teams are better than anybody else out there. I'm trying to, and
they haven't lost yet, but they're about to beat up on each other. Right?
No, they're not.
And wins and losses.
No.
Oh my God, Sean.
Ohio State and Michigan they play the last game of the year.
Right. Okay.
Tennessee and Alabama's already played.
Right, but you still got
It's already-
Ole Miss, you got Mississippi State still there.
Bro.
There's still so many hurdles to jump over for
If
all
the
of these teams.
The only way that the Big 12 gets a team in is if you have a 2-loss SEC champion and a one-loss as a Big 10 champion.
I'm not even
and
advocating.
a one-loss Pac-12
G,
champion.
I love you, but I'm not even advocating for Texas on this one. I'm gonna let it go after this. But I'm saying to you, if TCU runs the table or Oklahoma State wins out, one of those teams will make it to the playoffs.
Oklahoma State messed up yesterday. Now, TCU, if they undefeated, they got an argument. Oklahoma let themselves lose it yesterday by losing to TCU.
Yeah, but still in all, TCU is a top 10 ranked team right now.
This is going to prove it to you. I'll be quiet after this. The initial college football playoff rankings come out next week. I promise you, if Clemson wins, there will not be a Big 12 team ranked in the top 7. I promise you.
Listen, he said he poured Zippo light. Hey, Zippo, the quarterback, or Zippo, whatever his name is,
Zappy. But hey, Clemson got to play Syracuse next week. Then they got to go to Notre Dame, go to South Bend, and I think Notre Dame gonna be real up for that game. Then they play Louisville. They got to play Miami. Miami not good, but that could make their season. Clemson got some tough games. I don't think Clemson going undefeated.
Everybody has some tough games left. So let's let the season play out. Let's just go ahead and let the season play out. But, the scenarios are great to talk about. And I love the fact that G has got his opinions. G has hold on. Get this. G has been right at some point in time. I mean, but, a blind squirrel will find a nut at any given time. That happens, right?
If Michigan and Ohio State play the last game and they're both undefeated, that is 1 versus 2. You can bank on it.
But it could be 2 versus 3 though.
It very well.
Not if Georgia loses.
Yeah, if Georgia loses. But if Georgia loses, Tennessee gonna jump to number 1.
I'm gonna tell you who's gonna wreck the season for the SEC, and y'all heard it on the show first. The University of Kentucky. Kentucky's gonna wreck it. Kentucky's either gonna pop Georgia or they're gonna pop Tennessee. They're gonna beat one of them. Now they ain't gonna beat both of them, but they're gonna beat one of them, and that's gonna mess it up. And the Buckeyes and the Wolverines are gonna rise to the 1 versus 2. I'm telling. It's 2006 all over again, Tate. In 06, when 1 played 2, it's 06 all over again. It's 1 versus 2. They are, in my opinion, are clearly the best 2 teams in the country.
And they almost.
It ain't even close. Close.
In 2006, Ohio State won a close one. If it wasn't for the voters not wanting to see a rematch,
Michigan,
it would have been Michigan Ohio State national championship.
Yes,
after playing each other.
Yes.
All right, so we're gonna get to our parting shots, man. Tate, what's your parting shot?
Man, I swear I'm always so unprepared every week for a parting shot, man. I'm just great. Jump off here, man, and get ready to go watch this Cowboy Eagle game and be flipping back and forth to the baseball game. It's been a great weekend for sports, man. I'm ready for the NBA season starts. Tips off Tuesday.
Yes, sir.
And they try to bring Russ off the bench. I don't know how that's going to work, but
trade Russ.
We see, man. This is the best time of year, man. We got baseball playoffs is intense. We got college football ratcheting it up. We got the NFL season. We got NBA. This is the best time of year if you a sports fan.
Yeah,
that's my parting shot.
Definitely love that, Tate, man. Love that. Big G, parting shot.
Man, I'm gonna switch it up a little bit, man, and I got something I need to tell all our viewers and all our listeners, and this is not a bipartisan thing that I'm going to say. I'm saying is, please go vote November 8th. I know we got a little bit of time. We got about 30 days. But your vote, this election is going to be critical. Please go vote. It doesn't matter which way. I don't tell people what they should or shouldn't do. But the issue is that if you don't vote, you might eliminate your right to vote. So November 8th is coming, quick, fast, in a hurry. If you're not registered to vote, go register to vote and go vote November 8th. Please go vote.
Definitely a big thing, G, man. Thank you for your voice. And just like what he's saying, you know, every voice counts, every person counts, and make your voice count. Definitely my parting shot is I want to say thank you to all of you guys out there who are watching the know-it-alls, man. I mean, you know, on our NBA preview, there was about, you know, 1,700 of you guys who watch with us, man, and we appreciate that so very much, man. Make sure that y'all keep rocking with us, man. But do us a favor, hit that like and subscribe button, man. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe so that when we do go live, y'all are here with us, man. And we definitely appreciate y'all rocking with us during this time. You know, I feel like we have some of the greatest fans and the greatest supporters of this show. I love Claude, I love Brandon, I love Thomas. You know, I love you guys that all come on and you know, y'all all have your voices. Instinctively, y'all say some things every week that have us laughing and get us going. So we really, really appreciate you, man. And for myself, for Tate, you know, and for Big G, man, we just wish you guys a good week. And I'm gonna say it, go Cowboys. Let's get it. Peace.